Welcome to Math with Miss Mullins. This video reviews lessons 14.1 and 14.2 in the Big Ideas Accelerated Math textbook about square roots and cube roots. Please feel free to pause and rewind the video to review content that is covered. At the end of the video, you will need to write down 2 things that you learned and 1 question you still have about square roots or cube roots. We will learn square roots first and then go into cube roots. Here's an example of square roots. When you multiply a number by itself, you are squaring the number. To undo squaring, you take the square root of the number. Think of squaring as finding the area of a square. Side times side equals side squared. Some examples may ask you to find the 2 square roots of a number. We will use this question as an example. Find the 2 square roots of 49. We know that 7 times 7 equals 49. We also know that -7 times -7 equals positive 49. This means that the 2 square roots of 49 are 7 and -7. Whenever you're asked to find the 2 square roots of a number, you will use the positive and the negative square root. Sometimes you may find that there are fractions and negatives involved in finding square roots. These are solved the same way. Take the example on this page, the square root of 9/16. First, you find the square root of 9, which is 3. Then you find the square root of 16, which is 4. Put them together and you get the square root of 9/16 is equal to 3 over 4. The same thing is true for this example in the middle. Here we have the negative square root of 9/16. Again, ignoring the negative, you start with just finding the square root of 9, which is 3, and the square root of 16. Put it all together, the negative square root of 9/16 is equal to -3/4. Any type of question that looks like this with the negative in the front of the square root symbol, you will keep the negative. Over here we have the same concept except with the positive and negative symbol. We have the positive and negative square root of 9/16. Again, still finding the square roots of both 9 and 16. You still end up getting 3 over 4, except this time you're keeping the positive and negative symbol. Here we have an example of cube roots. When you multiply a number by itself 3 different times, you end up cubing that number. To undo this, we would just simply find the cube root of that number. Think of cubing as finding the volume of a cube. Side times side times side is equal to side cubed. The examples you will see for cube roots will look a lot like this. It looks very similar to what the square root symbol looks like, except it has a 3 in the corner. This will always mean to find the cube root of that number. To find the cube root of a number, you will need to know what number was being multiplied by itself 3 times to get that number. Remember, it has to be the same number every time. Since 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8, that means the cube root of 8 is equal to 2. Here are some more examples about cube roots and negatives with fractions. Here we have the cube root of -27. We can find this answer because we know that a negative times a negative times a negative will still give us a negative. Seeing that -3 times -3 times -3 equals -27, the cube root of -27 is equal to -3. Anytime a number looks like this, where you have a negative number within the cube root, that will always produce a negative answer. Over here, we just have a cube root of a fraction. Again, similar to what we did for square roots, you find the cube root of the top number. The cube root of 8 is 2. The cube root of 125 is 5. When you put it all together, the cube root of 8 1/25 is equal to 2 over 5. This concludes our video. Remember, you need to write down 2 things that you learned and 1 question that you still have. Remember, you can rewind or pause the video to help you out. Bye!